All right, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's rainy outside. Let's get started with Hot Joe and the Ranko Show, episode 12. Let's have a little coffee this morning. Having just a little breakfast blend, something very basic. It's very delicious. Straight black, no sugar. Rocking it out in my Yeti mug this morning. Wanting to keep it nice and warm. I had to get in here and set up some stuff, so... All right, let's turn these phones up just a little bit. There we go. So sorry I didn't see you on Monday, so I think what I'm going to do is Tuesday, Thursday. I think 2 videos a week will be plenty. With my work schedules getting a little bit busier right now, so we'll rock out 2, and then occasionally we'll have a weekend show. And then also that way, if I want to go live on Friday evenings, we can do that, and then I won't have 2 shows that day. So I enjoyed the Friday night live we did. It was about an hour. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I've been a little under the weather. I'm feeling better, but I'm still a little congested, so I apologize if my voice sounds funky. So subscribers are coming up. Facebook channel's doing good. So subscribe, please, to the YouTube channel if you think you want to listen to more of this content, and give it a like and a thumbs up. All right, so let's move on with the show. I got a whole bunch of stuff today. We probably won't get to most of it because I just get papers and I literally just start writing. So I got tons of stuff. So a lot of it's probably going to end up on Thursday's show. So first on my list was social media is such a big part of our lives that I just wanted to ask some questions this morning. Are your social media accounts making you a better or a worse person? Does your social media, does it directly affect your happiness during the course of the day? Like, do you check Twitter? I'm not on Twitter. I'm just on Facebook. Sometimes I wish I wasn't on that, but I like it for keeping up with people. But does it affect your happiness in the course of a day? Do you find yourself with certain people's posts affecting how you feel during the day? Oh, what's up, camera 2? Sorry, I didn't give you any love yet, but good morning. Because I find a lot of people that just kind of back and forth on social media, and so I've tried to not do that. I've tried to make sure that I used to very, very badly, and I'm going to give you some tips here in a minute. I used to engage all the time, and it really frustrated me. It made my day not great. So another question I had was, do you post or answer political or socially charged posts? Things that are just like somebody lays the fuse out there and you just and light that sucker and wait for it to blow. Also, are you finding that your political affiliations define you on Facebook? Like, so you either can be here or you can be here. There's no, like, you can't just have friends all over the spectrum. And that's a whole different thing, and I'm trying not to get into that on my channel. Political stuff is just, it's like a powder keg right now, and I think it's not worth getting into. But do your political stuff, does it define you online? So I'm going to give you my trick to how I have alleviated a lot of issues on Facebook for me. Anyway, we've talked about the unfollow button, which is probably the greatest thing Facebook ever did. If you have posts that are driving you crazy, just unfollow that person. You don't have to unfriend them, just unfollow them. So here's what I do when I read a post from somebody that absolutely just, man, it like sets me on fire. So here's what I do. All right. So first, type out, whether you're on your computer or on your phone, type out your entire response. Type it out. Get it perfect. Okay. read it to yourself, read it out loud as if you were like speaking to that person and tell them your side of the argument, okay? And then delete it. Just delete it. Type it all out, get your argument, get your facts, and be like, I'm going to crush this sucker. And then delete it. And just unengage from it. It's not worth it, I promise you. But if you actually physically type it out, read it, all that, it'll be off your chest, and you don't have to post it, because if you post it, and you all know this, heed my words, camera 2, you all know this, if you engage in it, all of the sudden, even if you're correct, it's going to be like a battle royal loser leave town match, off the top rope. You're going to have people gang piling you who have no idea what they're talking about. They don't have any facts to back anything up. Their feelings are more important than their facts, and they are going to absolutely attack you, because you have to understand, if the person you're answering this question from is posting a question that is polarizing to people and you're opposing them, guarantee you their friends list is going to be stacked with whatever opinion they have. Okay. I love the fact that I have friends from a whole spectrum of gamuts. Like that, I got people that believe this stuff. I got people who believe this stuff. People that are Christians. People who are not Christians. Straight people. Gay people. I'm friends with a ton of people, and I like that. So this is also where you can ruin friendships by being so like holding on to something like, this is what I believe, I'm not going to flinch, and you don't have to flinch. You don't have to do anything. Just don't engage. It's the easiest thing on the planet. I have tons of friends who I think a lot of what they think is like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but they're great people. But some of their views on things, not their whole life, just certain views on things. I'm like, how can you believe that? And I'm sure they think that about me, and that's okay, right? We can all have different opinions and not be horrible people. See, that's a part of this country that I think is, man, it's here comes the corner. I mean, people have gone off the rails, in the fact that you can't believe something different than me, because if you do, you're insane. Well, no, everybody can have different beliefs, and that shouldn't be a problem. And I'm not sure why we have gotten into this society where it's just awful to have a different opinion. So do yourself a favor, type all that stuff out, read it, get your argument together, get your facts together, and then just delete the post or your response, and don't respond. Just read it and move on. Because online discussions, they're pointless. They're just pointless to engage in. You're going to get ganged up on. Everything gets lost in translation online. Everything. Everybody wants to get the last word in, period, regardless of whether you're right or wrong or whatever. It's just not worth it. It will affect your happiness. I promise you. It's like trying to have a discussion with somebody. Remember, like when your kids are the cheap, crappy handheld walkie-talkies, they're like, and you hear every other word. That's what having a discussion on Facebook, Twitter, hell, even text messages. Things get lost in translation. You can't see if you're having a discussion with somebody, go sit down with them, have a cup of coffee, look at them across the table where you can see what they're saying and, their body language and stuff like that. Because not only do things get lost in translation, but again, like I said before, people's feelings somehow now have overridden facts. You can say something that's factual and statistic. I'm sorry, I'm really clogged up. And then they can say, well, where are you getting your facts from? And you're like, well, this fact is from, I'm just using random stuff. This fact is from the CDC. Oh, well, you can't trust them. Well, but last week on Facebook, you were posting statistics from the CDC. So you don't believe those facts? Anyway, it just gets into this stupid thing, and it will ruin your day, and it will make you absolutely miserable. and the thing is too, it's the reason I stopped watching the news, because the news is not the news anymore. The news is someone's opinion. Believe me, I'm trying not to turn this into a rant, but I feel extremely strongly about these points. The news is not the news anymore, and I don't know that it ever was, to be honest with you. It's someone's opinion. And if you don't believe it's somebody's opinion, I encourage you to try this for yourself. Watch any station across the board, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whichever one you want. We all know which political affiliations they have, okay? And if you don't think they have a political affiliation, you're kidding yourself. So here's a perfect example of how you can do this. So if you let's say you're on side A, okay, and the station you watch is side A station, and they were reporting on somebody that's on side B, they will find the ugliest and worst picture of that person to post on their station to influence the way you think about that person. Why doesn't that news station use a stock photo of the guy, or male or female, smiling and looking very, responsible and whatever? No, they always pick the picture where they're like, and bug-eyed and angry and mean and all this stuff. There's a reason for that. They're trying to push their agenda. Now, this happens on side A and on side B. What would be nicer is if they could report side A candidate and side B candidate, put up two photos of them smiling and looking like they whatever, but they don't do that. So that should tell you that's you're not reporting news at that point. You are reporting someone's opinion, and you're trying to influence the way people think by putting up a photo that makes them look angry or weak or small or whatever you're doing. So I don't want to rant on this. I'm just telling you, if you're watching the news for news, be very, very careful. Go to a bunch of different sources and make your mind up for yourself. There's plenty of information out there. And remember, all that information is, even if some of it says it's factual, you also have to find out who funded that study. All right? So if I say drummers are the sexiest people on the planet, proven fact. Well, maybe I paid a bunch of scientists and said, hey guys, here's $1 million. I need you to come up with a study that says that. Well, one of my buddies might say, well, no, bass players are the sexiest, which, I mean, we all know that's not true. But anyway, they could say bass players are the sexiest guys, and they pay them $2 million. And all of a sudden, their scientific study says not drummers aren't sexy anymore. It's bass players. So just be careful with your information. We're at 13 minutes. I'm a little over time. I'm trying to keep these around 10 minutes. I still have a ton of stuff left. But we're going to stop here today. Let's get on to fun facts. All right, here we go. Fun fact number 1. During his lifetime, between 1162 and 1227, Genghis Khan fathered countless children. And while we may never know exactly how many offspring the leader of the Mongol Empire had, scientists now believe that around 1 in every 200 men, aka 16 million people, are a direct descendant of his, according to the 2003 historical genetic papers. All right then, Genghis Khan. Copenhagen is the most bike-friendly city in the world. Many places around the world are trying to figure out how to rework their infrastructure to accommodate cyclists and hopefully, in turn, encourage residents to use environmentally friendly mode of transportation. That's why Copenhagen has become such a role model. According to Wired, it's the most bike-friendly city in the world. All right. Let's get to an inspirational quote here. Whatever you hold in your mind on a constant basis is exactly what you will experience in your life. All right, let's try that again. Whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you will experience in life. Tony Robbins. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today. I'll be back on Thursday. If you have anything you want me to talk about or discuss, please put it down in the comments or on the Facebook page. The Ranko Show. Go over there and like it. I've enjoyed being back with you. I'm going to try to get a little healthier and get this sickness gone. Camera 2, we love you as always. I'll see you guys on Thursday. And if you hadn't, don't forget, go to your local animal shelter, and donate some dog food or cat food for me. I'd appreciate it. All right, and as my pops used to always say, you can't soar with eagles if you hang out with turkeys. Have a great day, everybody. I love you.